A question we are often asked at Optimum Thinking is whether we're trying to create a whole heap of optimists out there in the world. I'm Helene Kempe from Optimum Thinking, and I'd like to share with you our take on the difference between optimism and pessimism and what perhaps should be a new frame of mind, which is about the combination of the two. A lot of people believe that we're supposed to go through our life trying to attain a balanced emotional state, which is kind of zen, where we just like smooth our way through our lives and never actually get emotionally upset or too hyper. In fact, most of our lives, even if we could lead them in a nice rhythmical way where we have some positives, some negatives in our lives, would actually be a lot better for us. The reality is we often have quite stressful situations in our lives which actually have extremes of emotion. At the bottom end of that, we have the one-sided negative thinking. When we get stuck in that one-sided negative thinking, we end up being depressed and having depression, and we have those depressed or distressed emotions that actually run us. On the other side, if we just focus on one-sided positive thinking all the time, we're going to have elated and infatuated emotions in ourselves and get stuck in fantasies. Now, this is the side of positive thinking I hadn't actually realized was a challenge, and it's actually the part of us that we can become addicted to. And when we're addicted to that positive outcome or the fantasy of how we think something should be, we actually become ignorant of the other side and we get stuck there. So if you think about feelings, there's actually different types of feelings. When we create the negative feelings in our system through our thinking negatively, we're actually going to have resentful and distraction going on in our lives. We're only going to see one side of situations, and we're going to be gullible and vulnerable because we're not paying attention to what's really going on around us. In this state, we're in what we call reaction. We get into a stuck state of being angry or negative and stuck in a state that's not productive. On the other side, when we're really infatuated with something, we have very one-sided positive thinking. We're creating positively polarized feelings in our system. We're infatuated, we're distracted, we're thinking about, dreaming about what would be better than what we've actually got. We're only seeing that one side, and that too makes us gullible and vulnerable. And again, in that situation, we're again stuck in reaction, emotional reaction to a situation. Both positive thinking where you're stuck and negative thinking where you're stuck are actually keeping you stuck in reaction and disempowered. It's actually optimum thinking, which creates the balanced thinking, which creates the synthesized feelings, which leads you to be open-hearted, focused on your goals, and get yourself back into action. So our goal at Optimum Thinking is to teach you the skill set you need to actually question your own reality so you can shift your perception and shift your emotional state back into an empowering state. So optimum thinking, when positive thinking just isn't enough. I'm Helene Kempe from Optimum Thinking, and we would love to connect with you either via our e-news on our webpage, Facebook or Instagram. Love to connect and be of service and help you become an optimum thinker where you can see the value of both positive and negative thinking and then how it helps you create more in your life.